Varla Pegasus. Is it gonna be a mythical scooter, and can it beat the competition in these more challenging than ever times? Spoiler alert, dual motor setup, active suspension and unbreakable tires. Let's inspect! Hey, so good to meet you. How are you doing today? Well, if we see each other for the first time, I'm Michael, and what we do here on the channel is to inspect fresh and cool tech like this electric scooter called the Varla Pegasus. Pretty interesting name, and Pegasus is one of the most recognizable characters from the Greek mythology, so I guess if Varla managed to replicate the popularity of Pegasus in the world of electric scooter, that's gonna make a hell a lot of a great deal for 2022. And I guess at the price, which is pretty tempting, it has all the qualities to succeed, but only time can show. Now, in terms of experience, and this is all that this video is about, I'm going to show you the real life experience, all the features, all the specs, all the things which are a little bit hidden. And I'll tell you about a very big problem which I had pretty much out of the box, and it almost stopped me from doing this video. But now it's partially fixed. So you everything about it, and also, of course, we can talk further in the comment section down below the video. By the way, a very steep slope. A Mi scooter here has absolutely no chance, and you can see that I'm barely accelerating here. So that's hell of a good start. This is a dual motor electric scooter, which is definitely not just a city scooter. It is great for off-road adventures and is built to last, or at least this is what I thought at the start. Priced at $1,300 or euro at the time making the video, it is a bit more than the Ninebot Max, but undercuts other not too well built powerful scooters, so I would say it is great balance between price and feature pack. It's supposed to be in the same league as some Dualtron and Kabu Mantis models, and whether it delivers, we'll see by the end of the video. Let's unbox first. It's been with mixed feelings on my end, because I've had a lot of excitement. This is a scooter I was eagerly waiting to get released since the early summer days, but also feeling a little nostalgic because I knew that's gonna be the last electric scooter I will have the chance to try and test this year in 2021. Simply because now the temperatures are pretty low and it's about to be winter. But luckily there have been a few shiny days to let me enjoy this two-wheeler. After following your idea about pulling the package up, yeah, pretty nice feeling. Being the second Varla scooter I try this year, I think they've made a point about awesome design. The blue accent here is gorgeous, and I hope that there will be more and more components to win our sympathies. So taking everything out is not too easy since the scooter is rather heavy. If you have someone to help you, it would be much better. In terms of assembling, there is some work you need to do. Mounting the handlebar, it's the first time it took me that long because there are 4 screws and you need to figure out which is the best way to mount it. Also, the display is going to come in its way, so likely you're gonna have to unscrew it as well. Generally, the mounting process made me a little nervous at some point, but eventually you will make things right and tight. During the unboxing, you've already had the chance to notice that the display is well visible in daytime. FSTN technology with backlight, well, this is indeed how displays should be done. We'll come back to it a little later. The only thing which is left before going for a ride is to charge the battery. There's no need to check the tire pressure because these are solid tires, and hey, here we are already talking about the technical specs. Fair enough, let's go for it. A dual hub motor setup with peak power of 1600 watts, 45 km per hour top speed, around 45 km range, close to 130 kg maximum payload, dual active suspension, independent front and rear disc brakes, 748 watt-hour battery, fantastic LCD display, deck hook, solid tires and IP54 waterproof rating. Well, guess what? Looking at these specs, I just love the idea to try this scooter. Sometimes I just feel like I'm subscribed to punctures, which happened with the first Varla scooter that I've tested, so I think I already have a favorite feature from the Pegasus series, and that would be this tire, which is a solid tire with the active suspension, and over here we have a front and a rear suspension. Thing is that these tires are a bit smaller than usual, so it's only 8 inches. So in terms of Comfort, I would say, if there was no suspension, there was gonna be a lot worse than the Mi Scooter series, because they obviously have inflatable tires. But over here, since the suspension is active and pretty well working, the comfort is, I would say, on par with the expectations. Not as smooth as the Varla Ego 1, but definitely not any worse than most of the scooters with inflatable tires, and that's really great. So there are some other departments where Varla tried to save some money. For instance, the brakes. I'm not saying they're inefficient, quite the opposite. The brakes are actually really decent, because we talk about a dual disc braking system. It's pretty heavy, 35 kilos. So on the rear, on the front, they're kind of the same. No brand engraved, meaning that I don't know what the exact model is, but it looks like the pads are easily replaceable, and you can easily find spares in most e-bike shops. The little disadvantage here, maybe you can hear this jingling, it's kind of annoying. It's because there is a bit of space left, so that when the road is a bit bumpy, you know, the brakes wouldn't get too much of an impact. And I guess with a little bit of hot glue, you can have this problem fixed, and apparently Varla did it in order to keep the price a little bit lower. Braking experience is solid, no issues at all. You have possibility to adjust in case there is a need to. If you decide to entirely replace or upgrade them, this is gonna be rather easy. So brakes are good, tires are excellent, suspension is fine, in fact very responsive. So the other part you probably wonder about is the deck. Length is enough so that you can well stand on top, and it's wide enough for comfy ride, and not too wide so that it's rather transportation friendly. The overall build quality feels good, heavy-duty oriented with very gentle curves, but also somewhat aggressive and rugged. Design-wise, the Varla Pegasus can win the prize for the best-looking scooter of 2021. The folding mechanism won't disappoint you about sturdiness, however, folding in reality is not that easy. The mechanism is extremely stiff, so if your fingers are not strong enough, you're going to struggle with releasing it. Not a deal breaker, and something I can sort of live with, especially seeing zero flex, even after the pretty aggressive kind of riding I was practicing during the testing phase. Now, to show you the display and the controls, and this is where I've had a few disappointments. The power button, it worked well at the start, but now, well, that was short after the start. It was really difficult to power the scooter on and power it off, and all these features that are controllable through the power button, they were simply not working. So the more I was trying to press, the worse it was getting. Eventually it stopped working at all, so I was very concerned I can't power the scooter on at all. And I thought, okay, probably this video is not happening up until the springtime. But, well, then I thought probably that's something minor, so I managed to disassemble the button. It looks bad, feels like one of those Hollywood movies where the guys take the wires and short circuit them, and then the car kind of powers on. It pretty much happens the same with the scooter. Very inconvenient, there's totally zero waterproofness, but at least it works. I had a few emails with Varla, and well, it's been a bit of a back and forth. Give me a photo, give me a video of the trouble, and so on. Now, long story short, I have a button. That's a 3-button setup, by the way. It's on the way. I just don't know when it is going to arrive, and I guess this is one of the disadvantages you could expect when you order something that is being shipped from far, far away. So, going back on topic, the display is large, and thanks to the technology used, visible no matter what. Throughout the day, the FSCN technology has no problem remaining visible, and at night, there is the backlight. As for my range achievements, the battery has been consistent. I think the range is excellent. Know that whatever values I share now will not be too accurate, as I've been riding the scooter in temperatures between 3 and 15 degrees Celsius, and for optimal battery endurance, weather has to be much warmer than that. In sport mode, with both motors on in 3rd gear, I was nearing 25 kilometers, so the 45 I consider to be achievable if you use one motor and often rely on cruise control. Maybe I'm gonna be able to share more in the spring after temperatures settle down. As of now, things are looking good, and for an 88 kilo person, I have the feeling I can easily get really close to these marks. Furthermore, you can fine-tune some of the controller parameters if you go inside the advanced menus. Top speed was initially locked at 20 km per hour in my case, and there's no cruise control, both can be triggered from within the display advanced configs. Did I find any drawbacks? Sure, there are some, but nothing here is fundamentally wrong. The jingling from the brakes, which can be improved of course, the stiff folding mechanism, and the not too portable weight and size. Also a security flaw because there is no key protection, which for such a powerful scooter is in my opinion a serious issue. Good news, every bike or e-scooter shop can equip you with such, and in the meanwhile you can use this huge lock which was included in the box. So if you will analyze your priorities, and if maintenance-free tires and really good active suspension are among your top priorities, I think that makes the Varla Pegasus a pretty solid, pretty decent choice. And other than that, extremely powerful, very flexible and awesome dual motor hub setup. So I really hope this video was helpful, and despite my little trouble, I do think that's a great deal, especially at the price you can buy it for. And if you do have any questions, remarks, comments, there's a section dedicated to that right below the video. For more cool tech inspections, I'll be around. Just subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you very, very soon. Have a great day.